Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I have a very exciting video. You can see by the title, we are going to be a full face of products and everything is under $10. When I say everything is under $10, I don't mean the total. That is just not possible in this economy. However, each product is under $10. And if you're Australian, that is actually pretty good. Australian prices are out of control at the moment. I know they are worldwide, but I don't know. I feel like by the time things get shipped here, they're just so expensive. I really try to do a variety of brands and not just, because there are brands that we can think of at the top of their head that have a lot of products under $10, but I'm trying my best to give versatility because otherwise it would just be a full face of one brand, let's be honest. I had to buy 3 products and then I realized I should have bought 4 products. I do not have a primer. Can you believe it? I've got a million primers. I have too many primers. Not one of them was under $10. I know that I have had, and I think I've decluttered. Currently in this state, I've already been out today to get the last product, and it didn't even cross my mind that I didn't have a primer. So my bad, we don't have a primer. If you can recommend one in the comments, I would love to know, because I think I can even do this twice. There are a few products I had multiple options of under $10, and today we are using Mud foundation. This is one of my, I would say, top 3 favorite foundations. And if you know me, maybe you don't, but I will tell you anyway. I am I would say borderline obsessed with foundations and concealers. I love complexion. I've tried a lot. Expensive, cheap. This is the cheapest one I own, and it is one of my all-time favorites. So if you are Australian, hold tight. I don't know, you might still be able to buy it online, but Mud Makeup is now under a different brand, like a big parent company, as well as Ultra 3. This horrible shade range, so I do apologize for that. I can't really praise them for that, but for my exact skin color and skin needs, this is perfect. This is the Flawless Skin All Day. I think there are other ones, but this is the Flawless Finish Foundation. I have the shade 01 Ivory, which I don't know if it's the lightest. There might be 00, but this has a nice, super neutral tone to it. It is a natural finish. I would say medium, buildable to full coverage. And it just looks like my skin, but with coverage, which is very hard to achieve. Very hard. Yeah, maybe not full coverage. I would say more a medium. I love the color of it. This used to not be my perfect color, but one of you made a really good point that I don't suit these cooler tones anymore. Like, I'm having issues with lipsticks specifically, not being able to wear cool tone lipsticks because I look grey. It just does not suit. It's because of my hair. I've lightened my hair. It used to be more of a rich red, like rich auburn red. Now I'm more of a, got more strawberry blonde in it. And I think it's totally changed what I can wear in terms of makeup. And it seems so obvious. And one of you pointed it out and I was like, you know what? I think you might be right. So now what I'm saying is now this color is good because I have a warm toned neck, but my face is neutral. So I've been struggling with finding the right match, and I think this is neutral leaning warm, and I think that's just what I am. I'm not like, you know how you can be somewhere on the spectrum. There's cool, neutral, and warm. I think I'm between neutral and warm. Whereas I think I used to be a smack down in the middle neutral. I think I have changed a little bit. Am I gonna add more? I think I will because we're on the camera. Why not? Just a tiny bit more. And I think I'll just do a little bit in the center of my face. I thought I forgot concealer, but I had 2 under $10. So that's what I'm saying. If this video does well, which I think it will, because we're all love makeup, but we're all on a tight budget, and I can relate to that. Yes, I'm in a position where I got a lot of free stuff. I do. But when I'm creating videos where I got to get little bits and pieces, I'm still on a budget personally, so I totally understand. Like, I come from both sides. I'm in a position where I get a lot of makeup, and I am so very grateful. But getting makeup doesn't make, it's not money coming into my space. So when I have to buy other pieces, I'm still buying. So even though I work at Mecca, I cannot afford Mecca. I don't know how people afford Mecca. People are spending at Mecca. They really are. There's no decline. If anything, people buy more beauty in high inflation times because they're little small luxuries. That's what we notice. The lipstick tax, where people will lash out on a really nice lipstick because they can't afford a holiday. You know what I mean? So they would still want that piece of luxury without actually having to spend thousands of dollars. And it makes perfect sense. So today I have two. I'm not going to show you the other one because we're going to keep it for another potential video. Yeah, I think I'm going to do the lighter one because I'm in winter and I don't know when I'm going to do the next video. And if the next video is when I'm a bit... Oh, see, the other one's like a perfect match. But that's okay. That's okay. We're going to do the lighter one. And the only reason it's lighter is because the shade that I wanted was not there. They only had this shade. This is the W7 Oh So Sensitive, and it was really hard for me to find this. I really wanted to try it because it went viral. I cannot remember her name. I follow her on Instagram and TikTok. Anyway, this is an Australian influencer who used this, raved about it. She's oily skin like me, and it didn't budge, and she looked amazing at the end of the day because of this. This is $4.99. I forgot to say it. We're going to mention all the prices and then add it up at the end. I will make note though, I do extra steps for these videos because if you are a cream person, you would prefer to buy the cream. If you're a powder person, you prefer to buy the powder. So I'm doing both as options. The price at the end might be higher than you expect because I'm doing both. Does that make sense? So bear with me on that. The Oh So Sensitive Concealer, I have the shade Fair Neutral 2, and I wanted the one above this, which I think was just light neutral. And it's quite light, but we're going to use it anyway. We'll just use it like a brightening. And I've got to say I've not used it that much. I think because it's not my perfect shade. $4.99. You just can't beat it. I've tried a lot of W7. Did you hear that? I've tried a lot of W7. But things have been a bit of a hit and miss for me. So I have decluttered. When I was on maternity leave with my first child and I had no income, but I was trying to build my channel, I used to buy quite a bit of W7 because it meant I could buy a few products. It was like full face of new makeup, but for me it was in my budget, like buying a full face at $5 per thing. Come a long way, I've come a long way. I've been doing this for 5 years though. But you know, it's not even YouTube that is where I get noticed, it's TikTok. And I don't know, TikTok is not even like on my radar that much. But because I was on it in the early days, I got a bit of a following early on. And I mean, that's what brands look for, is following. If it was purely on engagement, my engagement on YouTube, 10 times better than on TikTok is how they find me to send me free stuff. So if I wasn't doing TikTok, I would not be getting PR. The Kind Collective is the only brand that has found me via YouTube and loved that I did YouTube. So if you want to support a brand that supports me, the Kind Collective is where it's at. They're a great brand and their products are great too. And we have them. They've made the cut. I think I would like that concealer more if it was that one shade darker. But I'm not getting full coverage vibes like she said. But we're going to do a little bit more because I'm being a bit extra today. Before, I just want that to settle. I think we're going to do my brows. And I previously was a bit rude to this product, Eyebrows. But I've grown to like it. I think I just needed to work it in a bit. I think I needed to warm it up. I need to play with it a bit more. And I apologize. Sometimes my opinion on first impressions is wrong. And look, it's not the best product I've ever used. It's the Savvy Brow Liner. But it is, let's get the price up. The price is right sometimes, you know. Sometimes the price is all we need. This is $7 and it's lasting you forever. These ones that are in a triangle, if you have a fuller brow, these triangle ones are good and they last a lot longer. If you have tiny, tiny, tiny brows, if you're a victim of the 90s and the 2000s, we all have been victimized. I spent a good year growing mine in because I plucked them to death in my teens. But we're here, we've got brows again. Praise the Lord. You need a micro brow for that, but they just go so quickly. Whereas these triangles last a lot longer. So I have the shade medium. Oh, I thought I had light. But this is not really medium. I feel like this is quite light. And the reason why I didn't like it in the beginning is because it's just like, it's quite waxy in the terms that it's not very pigmented. But I always find when I finish, my brow looks fine. And if my brow looks fine, And $7. Who am I to criticize? Who am I? Does my brow look okay? Does it look good? Has it done the job? Yes, it has. So I take back everything that I said. And if you would like a $7 brow, you have a brow shade similar to mine. Medium is pretty good. Let's do a little bit of cream. Or do I do a little bit of eyeshadow? No, let's do a bit of cream. Let's put a bit of color in this face, girls. Okay, so we're going to start with our cream bronzer. It is the OXX Bronze Balm. Highly, highly rate this. This is one of the best of the day. This is in the shade Fawn. Oh my God, it's delightful. I just rolled this out of my everyday makeup drawer. Look at it. Look at that. Did you? That was like four, like 1, 2, 3, 4 blended. Like, it doesn't look like I've used it that much, but I actually have. Oh, it's so good. So it's a balm, but it's not too oily. I don't like oily. When I hear the word balm, I'm like, I don't know if I want that, because I feel like it just slides off my face. But this has got just enough creaminess that it's not too balmy, which I feel like they've called it a balm because they had that velvet cream bronzer, which was top tier quality, but they only had one shade. So I think it kind of disappeared off the radar, and that's now on for sale for $3 or $4 if you want even cheaper. I think I declined it because it was so yellow. Ironically, now I'm looking for more yellow products, but nonetheless, I have this one for $6. I'm very happy with it. So sometimes I would just wear this alone, but for today's purposes, we're going to layer it. But it's just a divine product. I think there's a darker shade, or it's a different undertone. I don't know if it's darker, but I can't remember. You'll have to do your own research there. But there are 2 shades, and this is Fawn. And then for cream blush, we have the, it's a bit gross. I bought eucalyptus oil, and I still haven't cleaned my makeup products. So this is, what am I doing? This is the Barry M Fresh Face Cheek and Lip Tint. I've had this for so long. I've been raving about it for many years, in deep rose. It is just as beautiful on the lips as it is on the cheeks. So I think I'm going to put it on the back of my hand. I'm going to use my ring finger to apply, but then we will use the sponge. It's so pretty. So it's called Deep Rose, but I don't think it's too deep, honestly. See how pretty that is? And the reason I'm doing one side at a time, because it is a lip and cheek tint, so I do worry that it's going to do that quick dry down, like a lot of those products can do. But what was the price of this? $9.95. So this one just crept in. So often many of you would just stop here, but we're not stopping, baby. We're gonna keep on riding this wave. The Essence All About Matte Fixing Compact Powder. This one is $5.50. The packaging is abysmal. It's already about to break, and I've only used this a few times. It's not even old to me. I am going to use this Manicare Powder Puff. How much is this? Okay, so these come in a set. There's a wet and dry. This is the dry, and then there's a wet, like, beauty sponge. It retails for $14.99, but it's currently on sale for $10.39. But if we half it, it's like $7.50. If we think about it like that, if we do like per serving. But I think the Mecca Max puffs are around $10. And I'm sure you can get triangles at Chemist Warehouse and Priceline in their no-name section for under $10. I just don't know exactly. Because I'm not that oily right now, I'm just going to do my T-zone. I don't actually need that much powder. And we're using powder, bronzer, and blush. So I'm not even going in that hard. It's more just for setting. And I really like this one. She's solid. It's a solid one. I even got some brushes that are affordable. I bought the Kmart set. This was in a set. I think there's one more brush from memory that I don't have in front of me. And the whole set was $25, but these do come individually. So if I have a look, this is my favorite one. What's this one? 4D Complexion. Oh my God, they're all $10 each. So these are $10 each. Oh, the other one I have is the foundation brush. So I tend to use, yeah, it's $25. There's 3 eye brushes and 3 complexions. We're going to get my bronzer. So my bronzer, this is the Reject Shop. So they have a line called Beauty Basics. They actually had a face powder that I was almost going to buy, but I was scared it wasn't going to work. That was a better bronzer color than this little thing, and it was a full square compact. And that was their dark face powder, but their dark face powder was like a light bronzer for me. So take dark with a grain of salt. Anyway, this was $4. All their powder products were $4. They even had a little blush duo. So I might go back and get other products that they had, but just for today, I thought we would try this. So this is the bronzer and highlight. I guess for $4, we're not getting everything. It even comes with a little brush. Little brush, if that's what you want, but it feels honestly horrific. So let's go with this bronzer shade. I don't know about this. I don't know, but we will find out. And I'm going to go in with my Kmart 4D angled powder. Now we do already have the cream bronzer underneath. So I don't know how accurate this, it's not, I can't really say this is a review, but as long as it doesn't look muddy, I think I'll be happy. It's pretty packed in there. And we'll use the highlight because I don't have a highlight. I didn't own a highlight. So we will use this highlight today as well. I think if you're super, super fair, this is going to be too dark because that's really bronzing me up. But if you're light to medium, I think you'd be all right. I mean, this would be good for travel. It's not horrible. I'm certainly not hating it. I always put a little bit in my eye crease, just so whatever I put on my eyes, it's like a cohesive. It's not like too blocky. It all kind of blends in one. You know what? It's not bad. It's not a bad product. This, I need to swatch this highlighter. Oh. It's not too bad. It's a little powdery, like a little chalky looking, but it's not like overly, I don't think it's gonna be overly highlightery. Oh, it's definitely a highlighter. Sometimes really cheap highlighters, they either do nothing or they're like straight metallic. This is quite metallic-y, isn't it? Hold on, let me get my bronzer brush because that's a little bit too much for me. Gotta go do school pickup. Not bad. I mean, technically these are $2 each, aren't they? I think it's a little strong for my taste, but it's definitely like, you can work it in. And I'll put my blush over it and that'll numb it a bit too. Just because I'm not really seeking a full-blown highlight right now. But for going out, she's okay. I actually don't mind that it's smaller. I thought this brush was going to cause issues, but it was actually fine. So thank you for the comment to check out, because you know what? I read that comment and I was like, ooh, I've got a reject shop right near me. So I went there and they had the full line there. They even had fake nails. So I kind of, just let me know if you're interested in the reject shop makeup. I think I'll give it a try. They had a tube of foundation, like a proper tube. They had face powder, bronzer, highlight, a blush duo as well, maybe eyeliner, pencil. Like there were quite a few products. I wouldn't say everything, but there were a few products there. All right, and then we have my blush, and I recently used this, but I'm in love with it. I think this runs for $6. It's honestly high-end quality. I love finding these gems where you find something that's really affordable and I can share that experience with you guys, because I mean that's why we're here. It's not just to watch me put on makeup, but get some knowledge. And like, this is a fantastic product. The color is stunning, the quality stunning, the price stunning. So we're going to use the Kmart 4D complexion. I'm going to use this lightly because this is a little bit more, I do like this for cream products. It's a little bit more, what's the word, dense. And I know this is pigmented, so I'm just gonna lightly. I cannot believe how good my makeup looks right now. I mean, I can believe it. I know there's good affordable makeup out there. This is from Priceline. This is, it always says by DB. Is this a DB Cosmetics brand? Like, what does that mean? Do any of you know? Oh, with the highlighter underneath, this is slaying. This is, I sound like a Gen Z, slaying. I work with all Gen Zers, and so I'm down with the lingo. Oh, okay, all right. Because this is luminous, but not super glowy. I wouldn't say it's a matte, but I wouldn't say it's metallic either. What is going on? I'm glowing for the gods. Yeah, I certainly don't need to dip into, there's no swirling with this blush. It's definitely pigmented, but it's super blendable, so I feel like it's okay. I'm just coming away from the light because sometimes it's a bit too much. Yeah. What do we think? I think it looks great. And I think my eyeshadow palette is going to be super complimentary. I can now put my brow gel in because we're finished with the powders. This is, I was so excited to get this. So my local Priceline said it wasn't available on their website, but I went to this new Priceline to get the eyeshadow, but they had one left, so their stock was wrong because I wanted to try a different brand. I really want to try different brands for you guys, and I feel like I've got there. So this is Ardell Pro Brow Sculpting Gel, and this was $8.99. This was actually hard to find. So I feel like I could have done a full face of Essence under $10, but I didn't want to do that. So I really was trying to find other brands. And this is at Priceline too, so it's super accessible. So it's got a pretty long brush, but I don't mind it if it's a good product because like the Mecca Max one has a long brush too, but it's a good product. So let's see how this goes. This smells so good. It smells like a fruity floral. Never ever thought my brow gel would smell good. Okay, this is good. I feel like it's not going to be one of those laminating ones, but honestly, I don't like those laminating ones. This is more like your traditional brow gel that holds, but it doesn't like stick them down. But I'm okay with that because I actually prefer this. And that has done the job. It doesn't feel like it's going to go crusty, but we will find out. And I did forget to mention, none of these products are on sale at this price. This is their fixed price or their recommended retail price. I did not want to be like, oh, this is on sale right now for 50% off. No, we need to know how much this costs at any time of the day, because if you're in crisis, you need to go to Priceline, you've got a $10 budget, you need to know what you can get in an emergency, in a makeup emergency, and they exist. I went on a cruise in my early 20s and I left my makeup bag at home. I was in a makeup emergency. I wish I had this knowledge. Revolution Mini Color Reloaded Palette. They had multiple shades. I got the most neutral one. This one's called Nude About You, and this runs for $10 exactly. This was hard. Eyeshadow was probably one of the hardest categories. Eyeshadow and bronzer were two hard categories to find under $10. Like other categories had multiple options. This one was a hard one. But this looks really pretty. I really like the colors, and I have good experience with Revolution as a whole with their eyeshadows. Let's go in with this real nudie shade. It looks so good. And then we're going to do a little bit of this and then that in the outer corner. We're going to use all three mattes today. Oh, I love this color. This is definitely the kind of eyeshadow palette I would take on holidays with me, because I actually don't like taking your Charlotte Tilbury's or your expensive ones because I'm terrified they're going to shatter on the plane. If this shatters on the plane, I don't mind because it didn't cost me a lot of money. So this is the kind of product I would travel with. It's tiny. Absolutely, like I got a tiny hand. You know, it's very small. And I really like this. I'm using the Kmart eye brushes. Nice. It's subtle. There's a lot of kickback in the pan, but I mean, I don't really care. That looks great. And then with the smaller brush, the 4D Accent, I'm going to get that darker shade here. And it's not very good for blending, so I'm just going to get, this one is actually called the 4D shade. I didn't mention that, sorry. I'm going to use that to blend it out. Just that little bit in the outer corner, just to give the eye shape. Does that not look so pretty? Okay, and then with that, I'm just going to get the excess of that darker shade because I only brought two eyeshadow brushes and I'm super lazy, so I'm not getting up to get another one. So we've got two shimmers. We've got a pink and a gold. And I think I'll try a little bit of the pink. Try with a brush. Sometimes shimmers are better with a brush. Oh no, this is coming on well with a brush. Because you know how some shimmers just don't pick it up? But this is probably the right brush for it too. Look, it's not the most incredible shimmer I've ever seen in my life, but it's certainly doing the job. And the gold looks like the same kind of shimmer too. I don't think it's, let me try my finger. I don't think it's going to be much different in terms of formula. So it looks the same with my finger to a brush, which is great. Love that. I quite like that. And then we've got the Kind Collective liquid liner. So this was in their 3 for $10 basket. And I don't know if they have them at Priceline, but they definitely have it at Big W. I got this. I got the pink blush. It's tiny. It's this big. And I got this, and I got, oh, the lipstick in the more mauvey toned lipstick that I have. It's like a lipstick slash balm. It's beautiful. 3 for $10 I got. So this was $3.33 Infinity. I think you can buy these $5 each or 3 for $10. So either way, it's under the $10 mark. But I really like this. And I recently got their double-ended liquid liner. And I'm just going to tell you how wonderful it is. It's not under $10 though. I wore that to work and I had no smudging. It didn't wear away. So good. I think it's like $14 if you'd prefer that. This is like that little quill. So you've got a smaller, I don't know what you call it, felt tip. Still good. Well, would you look at that? $5 eyeliner. It's beautiful. I'm so impressed. Mascara, she's a classic. I've used a whole one of these before many years ago. I repurchased it, but I had never opened it because then I just kept acquiring new ones for videos or sent them in PR, because brands love to send you mascara for some reason. I think it's because it's a repeat purchase item. Every brand wants that to be their viral product. Like MCO Beauty launched into the stratosphere because of their Extend Lash. So this has never been opened, but I've had it in my drawers for a long time. So hopefully I don't get an eye infection. But I think this goes for $7, I'm pretty sure. Let's hope this isn't dried out. We'll find out. I used to love this mascara. However, my taste has evolved because I think this does smudge. But I loved the way it looked, but I don't love a smudge. Back in the day when I used to have dry skin, I never used to get smudging. But, you know, smudging occurs from the oils on your face. If you use a waterproof mascara, it doesn't make a difference because it's the oil. It's the oil. It's making you smudge. I told someone that at work today and they're like, oh yeah. Because she had smudging issues and she wanted waterproof. And I was like, yeah, I can definitely recommend, but I think you'd prefer a tubing mascara. I wish you could smell my house right now. I am slow cooking like beef brisket in salsa and cumin to give it like a Mexican twist. It's gonna be so yummy. We're gonna have it with tacos, and my house smells amazing. And yesterday and overnight I made chicken stock. So the house is just, I don't need candles. I got homegrown food, guys. Lips. Let me get the price. The Essence Soft and Precise Lip Pencil. The pencils specifically are $3. 3 macaroonies. This shade is called My Advice. It's on the sticker on the lid. That's why I've never taken it off, because it's not actually on the pencil. I think I also have My Way, which is a little bit darker. This one's more of my nude. I do love the Essence lip pencils. They get the job done. They're not super creamy, but if I'm honest, I don't like super creamy lip liners because they move around. And then my lipsticks are from Ulta 3. I bought 2. These go for $5.50. I remember when I first started getting into makeup and my local chemist had these for $4. I about fell off my imaginary seat and bought all of them because they're really good quality. I think they've changed their matte formula a little bit, but their creams are still really good. So this is the shade Flushed, which is your more pinky. And then I think I'm going to use the other one. This is Born With It. I think this is more the vibe today. Basically, they're similar, but this one's more cooler, neutral toned. And this one is Born With It. $5.50. Ulta 3 is the other brand along with Mud, which has been bought out. I can't remember. Tempo? Someone bought them out. Hopefully you can still get this at your local chemist, because that's where they're stocked, like your Terry Whites. A lot of your local chemist stock. My local chemist is not a Terry White. I mean, one of my local chemists that has a big selection of Ulta 3 and DB Cosmetics. So a lot of chemists. I'm just saying like your Terry Whites, not your Pricelines. It's just a good standard cream lipstick for $5.50. And I did, just to be extra, I wanted to showcase the Kind Collective lip glosses. These come in a little 3 set and you get 3 for $8. So these would be even cheaper. They don't sold individually though. You've got to buy the 3-pack for $8. And I kept the more pinky mauvey toned one. It was 2 shimmers and 1 non-shimmer lip gloss. But then they had a red one that I gave away, and they also have brought out nudes. So check out their website if you're interested. It's a really nice gloss formula. And oh, it has that nice fruity scent, like lip smackers. And it's great for the handbag. And I thought I would just add it on. It's not necessary, but as another option, if you're more of a lip gloss gal, these are a great affordable option. And there are different shades, which I really like about it. Lovely. And then lastly, we're going to set this face. The Essence Fix and Last Makeup Fixing Spray, which is $6. It's not my favorite sprayer, but it does the job. All right, let me tally up the total cost. Okay, this was not on purpose. We've gotten an extra full face because I did cream and powder for under $100. The final price is $98.93. And just consider it's probably another $10 to $15 less if you're a powder only or a cream only. So we're looking at $75 to $100 for this full face, not just your basic blush, bronzer, foundation, mascara. We've got our full face, because not everything was like just at the $10 mark. I got a $3, I got a lot of $4, I got $5. It really drops the cost. So like, how many products? We got 16 products for just under $100. Can we just do a little quick average? I like numbers. So we got an average cost of $6.20. I like that. I like that a lot. And I think my makeup looks fantastic. I mean, a lot of it goes to my favorite foundation. Like, that foundation will make anything look fantastic on top of it. The only thing I think I'm not too fond of is the concealer, I'll be honest. But I have another one that I know that I like for the next video, which I think that I can do. What do you guys think? Should I do another one of these? I think I could. I think I'd like to as well. I really think it's important to know that there is good, affordable makeup. What are my top 3 that we use today? Obviously the foundation. The blush is also a well-known favorite. I think this bronzer, it slaps. I think that's my top 3. I mean, I generally liked all of them, but I would say the Savvy Blush, the Kmart bronzer, and the Mud foundation are my top 3 picks for today. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends who also love affordable makeup. Comment down below your favorite affordable makeup product, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.